Hello YouTubers, I'm Veena. Welcome to second episode of short story series. It's a funny incident that happened on very first day at work. This happened to my good friend, let's call her Shruti. Shruti is an analytical, brainy and curious person. She comes from a humble background and was hired by a software company fresh out of college. Shruti was elated about her job while her friends were still trying to figure what they want to do next. Some of them decided to pursue higher education, while others were in grueling interview process. Like all young adults, Shruti was excited about her first day at work and eager to make the right impression with her colleagues. She got to office on time. Her manager introduced her to the team and showed her desk. Manager mentioned she would need to complete a few trainings before she could start her job as a developer. Midway in conversation, the manager was summoned for an urgent meeting and asked Shruti to settle down at her desk. Shruti is an introvert and kept her thoughts to herself. She's always happy in her world, exploring new tools. Shruti logged into her computer. The first thing she got to use was Microsoft Outlook, Windows, to communicate with everyone in her organization. This being the first day, there wasn't much to do. She took her time to complete the online trainings assigned to her. With time in her hand, Shruti started exploring the various tools in Outlook. She came across an interesting feature called auto reply. She wondered if anyone who sent her a message could receive a reply without any action from her end. She was intrigued and set up a quirky message in the tool. The message read, "Don't be stupid and waste your time sending email, just call me instead." By now, it's lunchtime and her colleagues called her for lunch. Oblivious of the outcome, she got up, headed to the cafeteria for a hearty meal. People at her organization were friendly and chatted for a while, discussing work and world news with no rush to return. They talked about the director of operations, who was known for his tyranny and unpopular with development team. The day was not hectic, given there were no deadlines to achieve, and everyone seemed to be at ease. After a fun discussion, team headed back to their desk and Shruti found her manager standing at her desk, looking worried. She asked Shruti, "What have you done?" Sheepishly, Shruti said, "Nothing. I just finished my training and went for lunch." Shruti had no idea what the manager was talking about. She had done nothing wrong that she could think of. How did she manage to get into trouble on the first day at work without doing anything? A million thoughts crossed her mind in a moment. What would happen next? Was her job at stake? Would she have to go back to her hometown? What will she tell her parents? It was all a blur. Manager mentioned she had received a strange auto reply from Shruti. Now, this was not the only email that came to Shruti in last 1 hour. The director of operations had sent out a message to entire development team and promptly received the same auto reply. "Don't be stupid and waste your time sending email, just call me instead." Her manager asked her to log into the computer to disable the auto reply option. Gentle yet stern in her tone, the manager said, "Do not use the option unless there is a need, and also be mindful of what you put in the message." Shruti was embarrassed about her mistake but relieved that her manager did not take any punitive action against her. The eventful day came to an end. Many months passed and Shruti was able to prove her mettle at work. One day during lunch, Shruti's manager brought up the topic with her team and they all had a hearty laugh, joking about how the director of operations would have looked when he would have read the email. We all get into sticky situations sometimes. The best thing to do is to laugh it off and not take life too seriously. More importantly, let's have a big heart to forgive others for their mistakes. I hope you enjoyed the story as much as I did. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you soon with more real life stories.